How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel. And as you can see, Bitcoin is initiating, or well, it's already initiated, but it's in the middle of the final phase of this correction, probably, hopefully, right? And what we're looking for is a correction down to the mid 80 region. As mentioned in previous videos, we're looking for a reset on the USDT D, or tether dominance, to 1, right? And that's exactly where we're heading at the moment. Hopefully my drawings are making some sort of sense here. If you've watched my previous video, you know exactly what all of this means already, so have a look at that. But what we're looking for is, from how we've measured these fibs, the price action 100% of the time so far pivots from this 1372 region or 1618 region to 1, right? At least to 1 before it reattempts 1618, or there's a further correction to the downside. Right, now let's go to where we're looking for this downside to end up, right? As mentioned in prior videos, each one of these corrections to my measure go to the 4236 region to 4618, and that's exactly what's occurred in this move here. And I called this in advance in prior videos, and my expectation here is that we go down to the 85k region to the 2618 measure, which is saying 83k, right? And from the top, that's approximately a 22% move. Cool. Let's put the indicator back on. And there's a bit of confluence within that region with my indicator, which is a fib projection that measures the price action and gives us a leading indicator of where the pivot of the price action should be in a bullish trend. There are some false signals, as you can see here and here, but when measured manually, you can actually find that these are not where the pivots are going to occur. But then that is something that I had earlier on the channel, but I removed that video because that is literally my edge, and preferably that's not something that is shared with the entire world. So in the instances since, well, in many instances since the start of the bull market, this line has served as a very, very good pivot point for trend continuation. And in the cases where the line is crossed, there is potential for longer term corrections, right? Crossed and closures below, etc. So if you see a pattern like this, that might not be the bottom, right? And what it looks like in a bear market is continuous closures crisscrossing all the way down. With all that aside, let's go to where we are now. So as we can see, it's quite accurate with like a space out, oh well, a kind of deviation from the level of approximately 1-ish% each time. In this circumstance, the line actually gets to this level before it starts to cross up. This one's quite exact, and then there's crosses under. But where is our level this time around? Let's mark it on the chart. It's approximately at the 86 or 86.9, 87K region. So I'm expecting the price to at least drop to this level, because from other measurements we saw that the price might go down to the 83K region, right? And down to this level, 86, I think there could be, further downside into this area. But in saying that, I think as the price enters this area between 86 and 83, we should be looking for a pivot within the actual Bitcoin price, setting a base for the bull market to continue all the way up to what I'm measuring as 150K to $180,000. Now, what are we looking for when this bottom comes in? We're looking for the USDT D level to be at least at 1, and I think that should be the case once we reach down to that level, right? Even though Bitcoin is looking like it's breaking its previous lows, we are above the previous lows dominance under Tether, right? Because there's more Tether circulating within the system at the moment. Now let's go to altcoins. With altcoins, let's say Tau for example, we can see that although Bitcoin is breaking its lows currently, or in the process of breaking the lows, right? In the process of breaking the lows, some altcoins are still maintaining above, let's see, apologies for these ugly lines, above the 0.618 of the range that has been created, which is a really good signal, right? And do I think there's a dip below the 0.618 region once Bitcoin gets to 85,000? I don't think so. I think like the actual price action of the altcoins might hit the 0.618 here for Tau, for example, and maybe deviate below. Could even come back to cover this wick. In the worst, I guess, circumstance, the absolute worst circumstance, you will see it take out these lows and continue a downtrend, right? But hopefully, if you see the actual price action retain this range and Bitcoin's at the 85K region, probably time to buy the altcoin with stops below the actual lows. That would be a really good strategy on managing risk. And the upside is, potentially levels for Tau over 1,000 plus. Now we can track the actual movements of the altcoins as the market progresses, should it still be bullish, right? Let's have a look at other altcoins as well. And as we can see here, we have the same situation with Ethereum above 0.618. So alts are technically holding up stronger than Bitcoin. And when we go to the Bitcoin dominance chart, we are maintaining our dominance below the 0.618 of this range. So the rebound zone / reverse GP of the range. Right, so I guess that's sort of it. I don't know if there's much left to say other than, actually, let's have a look at Ethereum. Ethereum looks like it might be printing a reversal against Bitcoin, like a nice base as a bottom. And something curious as well is the Solana Bitcoin chart, where I saw a really nice bottom come in here. If you have a look at my indicator on the daily, the same indicator that fired off during the start of last cycle's alt season has been tagged here. So it's just the daily fib that has been projected, and it has gotten that bottom quite exact and it was measured in advance. And as you can see, the actual level is exact at where Sol BTC has bottomed. And I do believe that Sol BTC has bottomed, and we'll see this potentially start to break up, sort of like the structure on the left here. We've deviated a lot deeper than we should have, I think, but now we have an opportunity to start moving upwards on Sol BTC. Anything else? I think that's sort of it for the time being. Let's keep monitoring Bitcoin as it dumps all the way down. I've marked actually on my Bybit chart that 20% down from the actual high is around $86.2 thousand dollars. And within this channel, the channel being the one that's printed across the duration of this bull market, and you can see a lot of lines are respected here. These are the settings for the channel. If you needed to use it yourself, a lot of touch points within this channel. Midline, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever amount of touches within the middle of the channel. There's this level of the channel that has been respected a couple of times. I drew an additional green line here just to see if the price goes down all the way to this green line. Perhaps that's where it bottoms out on 7th of Jan, maybe, or maybe a little bit earlier, and it deviates below this 20% down line before coming back up. I don't know if this is going to be an extremely violent dump. I think it could be, but once it does happen, it'll be like ripping off a band-aid, and we can start bidding again for our altcoins and ride it all the way up into the end of Q1. So hopefully you enjoyed that, guys. If you have any questions, leave them down below, and I'll keep you guys updated. Cheers.